and Nick Cummins, and thank you for coming to this chess channel. I really, really appreciate you doing this. It's very good of you.
David. Yeah.
And as I mentioned yesterday in our outtake, which ended up being an outtake, I need mighty men around me because my name's David. I don't need to draw on that any longer, but yeah, so I really appreciate you doing this because people like you keep me stable. And when I look at my video afterwards, I think, oh, I was a bit of a tosser.
So we're going to have a very professional recording today, are we? Not like yesterday's disaster.
Well, yeah. And so the video is actually still up, but it's unlisted or it's private. And so if you want to have a look at that one, it's a bit dodgy. There's a little bit of table talk there for me in particular. And I even burp. So I don't like that. I have a big belch or something. Anyway, what we're going to do today is a bit of a surprise because my ex-wife, whom I'm very, very good friends with, hang out with her quite a bit, but we're not married anymore. We're divorced, but we're very, very good friends. And she was sitting there going, David, can you have a look? I've sent you this link. I've sent you this link for this game. I go, oh, yeah, okay, fine. I'll look at it. So you don't need to see anything else at all. But Heather is on lichess.org, Diamant Rosen. We could say that she likes Eric Rosen, but I think that was accidental. I'm not sure. I'm probably reading that completely wrong. And I was very, very impressed to see one of our candidate masters, who I really, really want to become a FIDE master, has beaten, I think, Magnus Carlsen in bullet chess. But I'm not going to drop that player's name from New Zealand. But that player was a viewer of the South Island Championships, which we will talk about in another video. So here's this game, and I don't know if I want to turn the video stockfish thing on, but we could. So I want to, against the game that Nick and I have just looked at yesterday from Quinton versus Matthew, the Titan match, the South Island Chess Titan match, to gain Matthew first equal for South Island champion with Nick and also Romero from Otago Chess. Here is this game. So we have the best move on the planet, D4. D4 is recommended by Stockfish and as being the best move as up against E4 one move, the first move for white. So D4 is the best move for white on move one. Knight C3. Now, Heather doesn't realize it, but she's actually playing the Shigorin variation of the Queen's Pawn game. Now, you
job of her.
Huh?
Isn't this a job of her Indian or whatever?
I know. It's called? I don't. Yeah, like, and she just says, "Oh, I play these variations," and like she's been very resolute in her opening choice, a bit like me, and she watches this chess channel and thinks, oh, he doesn't know what he's doing. I think I'll learn off someone else like Eric Rosen. So maybe that's why she played Bishop F4. I get a wee bit, like, I think that Nick will actually start to have some comments soon. Now, here's B3 again. I'll move whatever. B3 and knight of 6. E3, a sensible move. I think Nick would agree.
At least they're both developing the pieces, aren't they?
I
Which is
know.
more than Quentin did in his game against McNabb yesterday. That we looked at.
Okay. Now, I'm going to call this game a certain name. Her opponent is 987, lost 4 points for this game, so we all know who won. I'm not going to be allowed to bring a loss. It just won't be politically correct. Queen D2, check. Sometimes I say check and it's not check. I get in trouble for that. So anyway, we've got this position here, okay? So queens are off. So how boring. The bedside chess player's bedside book, or whatever it's called, would say, how boring, no queens, how boring. C4, here comes Heather. C4, playing a very sensible pawn move. She's only
I've got
played
that book, the bedside.
chess player's bedside book.
Yeah,
Chess
yeah.
player's bedside book. Yeah, it's quite a good book, isn't it? It's got Tony Miles in it and all that. Anyway, here Heather has played only 4 pawn moves, so that's really good. As we're keeping on going on about something that some players won't know what we're talking about. A certain game yesterday that we looked at, and we might bring that. I'm not sure. I think that Nick wants to, so given that he's doing this now, watch King C3. So here comes King C3. Here comes Heather's
G6
king.
here. No, G6
Huh?
or G5. G5 here looks reasonable, doesn't it?
G5. Oh, yeah. Oh, darn. Well, yeah, maybe G5's okay, but we can probably play bishop to E5 to be fair. And we swap off rook C8 check. So what's your next move, Nick?
My next move here would be king back to D.
King to D4. Heather did not listen.
At least it's centralized.
F5. I have to stop here right now because F5 is the best move on the planet. But I'm going to head this up as a bit of a surprise because I was just
Black's
going, what?
Here,
Huh?
Rook
What's
to
that,
C1 and black looks pretty lost.
Rook C1. So she's learning something. I think this is a real merit to Heather, this position. And I noticed how, like I said earlier on, how lady chess players tend to play quite methodically. They tend to play with a certain type of method to their game. And I don't know, maybe that's just because Jackie and Heather seem to be doing that, but you haven't seen anything yet. F3, a move that she once played against the late M. Jackson, as I keep saying, William Hartston says that in his How to Cheat at Chess. How to Cheat at Chess. You heard it here first with Nick here. And now we got G6. Now this is threatening.
William Harston, he's on Gogglebox these days. Have you seen that? Gogglebox? It's like a British TV show where everyone's
Are you changing the subject?
TV. William Harston's always on it.
Aussie. Yeah, but he's a great English chess player, isn't he? Of course. And he writes those two entertaining books. Soft Pawn, which is PAWN, and How to Cheat at Chess. And he's probably written other books too. I think he has. Yeah, he's written some children's books as well. I can't quite see them because I haven't got my glasses on. I'll see if I can set from here. But anyway, he's written some learner books on chess as well. So we've just had G6 played on.
He wrote a book on the Benoni once. Bats a book on the Benoni.
Oh, yes. Yes. Well, that's really big, isn't it? Now, here we note that White has castled sort of. And black hasn't. And black has still yet to meet the demands of the opening, whereas white has achieved them. Same. And I'm a little bit biased, I think. I think I'm biased, but now Heather plays a good move here. What do you think she should play here now, Nick?
F takes E4.
Okay, well, that's probably quite good.
Or bishop E5.
Yeah, so she played bishop E5. And then, after the sneaky move, she now plays... what does she play now? She plays king C4.
Yeah, that's kind of a weird move, isn't it? It's
yeah, I know. It looks really
let
weird.
the side down a bit with that one.
EF3. Yeah, maybe. GF3. But maybe it was the best thing to play against her opponent. Now we have...
Maybe she was worried about the pin on with the E pawn, but it didn't amount to anything.
No, now it's check. Now, so what should she do now?
Go back where it came from.
King B5. So she plays King B5. And I was sitting there going, what? Honestly, I didn't help her. I wasn't present. And the story that I just told before is absolutely true. She was harping on at me a little bit, just a little bit, not much. Just asking me to have a look at my game. Would you look at my game? Would you get... Oh, actually, I had to be honest here. Darn it. She said to me yesterday, I am not making this one up. I wish I was. She said, I don't want you to analyze it. I want Nick to analyze it. He's the champion. Oh, thanks, Heather. It's true. It's a true story. I'm not making any of that up.
She's done very well so far, hasn't she?
Yeah, so, to recommend your analysis, yes, she's done really well. She's got into your good books just then. A6, so where does king go? King goes to B6, but of course, So I'm just thinking about some people like Ortvan Saupu would be saying, Heather, you know that your king is a piece. International Master Ortvan Saupu. He would be saying, wow, rook C1. Oh, get rid of black's only active piece. And rook C1. King F7. And what does Heather play? Not a bad move, but what would you play here without looking at the score? No, don't look at the score.
I'd probably play rook to C8.
Oh, yeah. And swap everything off. And
those
pawns look devastating for white, don't they, on the B3 and the A2 square? D6. So she plays D6. Huh?
What's that doing?
I don't know. It's just doing a Heather move. And rook C7. Imagine you're playing Heather in a blitz game or a bullet game, because she really loves playing bullet and blitz, like real fast bullet chess. Now, bishop E7 is no good, of course. Why not, Nick?
Bishop takes D6, I suppose.
Yeah, of course. You see that in the flash.
Black doesn't need to do that. King E6, that's quite good for black here.
Yeah, well, yeah, black played King E6, and
I mean, black's actually doing well now. Black's doing okay, I think.
Oh, you reckon?
Maybe not. I suppose those A and B pawns are still going to drop off, aren't they?
The B and H pawn are up on the agenda for what about white?
Yeah, true. It's still winning for white, isn't it? It's kind of let black in it a little bit.
Yeah. Now, that's not a bad move, is it? Rook B8 for a 900 player, 9,000 player. King A6, and now what? King D7, Rook B6. These are moves that I would probably just about play. I think that Rook A8 is better here, I think. Rook A8 looks a far better
Get the A
continuation.
pawn and the H pawn, possibly.
A bit tender. But Rook B6 happened, so Bishop B6.
King takes would have been.
Yeah, and now we have A4, which is preventing king moves to the queen side. Bishop C5. Bishop C5. King C5.
No, it's
And
all
what did
over
black
by the look of it.
and what did white play? A5. Oh, I was going, what? Look at that king move. Okay. Like she went against your ply. She went against your ply, or she went against your idea of king back. She went up. She said, why not? Now, a very good question to ask in chess is why not? Why not? What's going to happen if I move my king up? Here comes these pawns, but are they in time? So here the plays. The best move here, I think
B4, I guess.
Yeah, well, you could do, but she just went king B7. And it's almost,
That's true too.
it's just like, I think that's probably the best move for white. The other ones, if we play king B4 here, then I think that's a bit like, it's a little bit kind of like, we still have to go king B6 to play A6. But here we're just got a free, and that's the end of that game. So can you please tell me what you think about that game? Sorry for interrupting.
It was it was a good game for someone rated 900. It was quite impressive most of the game. There was only a couple of moves where you'd think, hang on, that looks ridiculous. But apart from that, it was most of the moves were pretty sensible, weren't they?
Yeah, and do you think that they were kind of looking like, because we know that Heather's
I mean, the opening was all right. And,
yeah, wasn't it? So I'm not sure how much
900 rated player is actually quite a well played game.
Yeah. Okay, so do you want to close this session?
Yeah, let's close this one and then have other one on another session.
Yeah, we're going to do that. We won't say the main game, but we'll say I don't know, where do I find the time and get it together, David? But where do I find, come on, David, be a bit more professional. Where do I find the amount of time I've spent on this video? You know, I just can't find it. I can find pause now. Couldn't find that yesterday. Okay, so thank you very much, Nick. And I hope you enjoyed that game.
Very enjoyable little game.
I think so too. And I think Heather will be very pleased with your analysis.
It was actually quite a well played game. If I had to give her any advice, I'm not really sure what I'd recommend, because she did play quite well. She developed her pieces well in the opening. And yeah, she played quite a good game. Obviously, a couple of moves were not the best, but then they never are they?
Yeah. You would have taken the E4 pawn with F E4.
She did let the black king into it near the end, and she let the black get a bit of activity near the end.
Yeah.
But, apart from that, it was very well done.
Oh, well, thank you, Nick. And I'm sure she'll appreciate it. But she likes to play her own game, which is very, very important in chess. I think that there are a lot of people that can assist people with chess, but at the end of the day, it's your game. You play your game and you bring your own style and everything to the game. Is that correct, do you think?
Very much so. There's only so much you can learn from other people. It's all down to yourself, isn't it, really?
Yeah. Okay. Oh, thanks, Nick. And I'm going to stop this recording. So I bid you farewell. Bye.